Good morning, everyone. Wow, long time no see. Well, after the introductions from Lee, probably no one believes that I'm the realtor. It seems like I'm doing something else besides the real estate. But hopefully my manager is not here today. Caesar. Well, this time...
John, you right here.
Oh, hi Caesar, good morning.
Did you forget what he looks like?
Okay, well, but today I'm going to do a presentation which is regarding my trip this time in Taiwan from June to July, but also I would like to give you some reviews that what I have done and we have done in 2009 and 2010. So you will just link it together and that you will have a better pictures about the international issues and related business in Western Gabriel Association of Realtors. And actually, I think that is the reason that Lee will make my introduction briefly, because I have a long presentation. Well, first of all, this time that I went to Taiwan and I stayed there for almost 3 weeks. And the Carpeting Association is the Chinese Association of Real Estate Brokers. And let me just tell you about the Chinese Association of Real Estate Brokers. This association is running just like the National Association of Realtors, but it's in Taiwan, but we don't really call them as realtors. It's comprised of 60 directors and members from the supervisory board. And also there are actually there are 6 major associations now, because Taiwan, they have changed their territories. Some places they merged 2 cities into 1. So there are 6 now, which is the Taiwan Province Association of Real Estate Brokers, Taipei City, a new Taipei City formerly that we call Taipei County, Kaohsiung City, which is the 2nd largest association local board of CARA. We call CARA now. I think that's easier for the Chinese Association of Real Estate Brokers. And also the last one is Taoyuan Association of Real Estate Brokers. And they do have committees too. Of course, International Affairs, which they arranged a tour trip delegations group to the United States to attend an NAR meeting every year. And also they do have an education. They have a regulatory development, it's just like LGR here, and public relations, market development, and information distribution. So they're playing a role just like they are in Taiwan. And there's no individual realtor members in Taiwan, not just because they are not realtors, not signed up with National Association of Realtor yet, but actually the real estate professional, which is you get the license, you must be associated with a broker. And the broker owners will enroll a corporate membership with the local real estate association. And the local association will be the members of the CARA, which is the National Association in Taiwan. So that means they don't have individual. So if Western Gabriel in Taiwan, it's just probably, we will have only the member with co-banker members. We have Central 21 members or Keller Williams members, but we don't have individual membership. And that is why that this time I went to Taiwan and I tried to promote the international realtor membership, because that is something that NAR really wants to have them to understand the value of a realtor. And let me just give you some brief history that what I have done or my group has done in the past. In 2009, that I was honored to have the opportunity to be the team leader of Taiwan real estate surveying trip. And we have went to a lot of places and we met the government officials as well. But you can see that the gentleman there, he was selling the new project. And since that was the first time the Taiwan government organized such a group, so they probably found, they found the developer instead of the brokers. So something that we're looking for is the actual real estate brokerage service organization. So from that time, not only joined the real estate surveying trip, but also I contacted the Taipei Association of Real Estate Broker, and that was the first time that I had the opportunity and to bring my directors from KIRPA, and I was the KIRPA president in 2009, and we paid a visit to the Taipei Association, and that was the first time we have such a good communication. We exchange ideas, how we run business in the United States and how we run business following the ethics codes, and they also tell us about their experience and how they feel about the courses. And this gentleman is Jack Wang. He is the president of Taipei Association of Real Estate Brokerage. And also he's a CCIM and also CRB, because they are pretty open-minded and they just want to get more courses and the certified information, from us. And in 2009, I was the president of Chinese American Real Estate Professional Association, and as well as the vice chair of International Committee. So when I came back, I feel this is a great idea that we probably can start a good relationship to establish a formal friendship with a foreign real estate professional association. So Lin Chao, she was the chair, so she was very supportive on that. And we had the International Education Day, and we have Sean, we have our escrow, we have attorney, and also the bank to talk about how to deal with the international buyers. So we try to move one more step forward to make our members, not only the committee members, but also the whole board, they get a better ideas. And also we have a food taste fair actually on November 7th, 2009. We have affiliates to help us. And I really want to say thanks to them, but actually Marva was there. Okay, that is a history of Marva, you still look young. Okay, and also that year that our committee invited the Consul General from the foreign organizations, from Thailand, from Indonesia, from Vietnam, and also I had the opportunity I did my first presentation talking about Taiwan, and I'm using the old slideshow, you can see that, right? I don't really want to make too much changes. And that time that we also invite the representative from Taiwan and also from China too. And you can see Ling at that time, and well, luckily she's not here because I'm using this picture. She's bowing. This is very, it's a very cultural thing. She's showing her respect to the the Director General from Taipei Economic and Cultural Office, which is just like an embassy in Taiwan embassies in Los Angeles. So at the time we have Eugene here, and that was the year of Rita. Okay, so when I took over the chair as an international committee, that we had the first meeting. So we had a great time there, and thank you, Brian, that arranged such a great potluck. But that time that I actually announced the whole year plan for our committee, and definitely it's kind of boring because you can see, Bill is falling asleep. Okay. And so in February, we started a venture of international food tasting. We went to different restaurants. It's showing different cultures, history, and La Costa. I think someone, I believe, our Art Luna, he was the one introduced that great restaurant. Oh, Yoli, I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, thank you. You see, I'm just getting too old. But Yoli, yes, it was great. So, but we were also preparing about the trip to Taiwan, and that was my first jobs that I wanted to perform in our committee. So in March, that was pretty fast. In March, then I have made all the arrangement. Then we know that we have targeted the association we want to visit. So we had a press conference in March 2010. So that was also pretty first time that we had the exposures from the Asian media in our local community. So that was really good. We got support from the government officials from Taiwan. So that is just one of the newsletters. And before we went to Taiwan, we had another great dinner too. That is a Burger Continental, I believe it's in Pasadena. So we had a great meeting there, but also look at that, this is the plaque, and we have on the right down side here, that is the metal tag is for the wine, because we are going to present the wine to the association we visit. That shows our respect, and that also has both Chinese and English on that. And besides those things and the gift to our friends, our cooperating associations, the delegations did not cost a penny to our association, because we paid off by our own. And we had a great time there too. And Brian didn't know that where he can put the tips in there. And this author, I don't remember if he's just putting that on or just took it off. Okay, so this was the first day that we had the trade mission to Taiwan, and we have Lin Chao, the former president, present the wine, representing California, to the president, the former president now, of Chinese Association of Real Estate Brokers. And we had a good information exchange there. And then we went back to Taipei Association of Real Estate Brokers, which I have visited in 2009. And this time that we have enhanced, established the formal relationship between two associations. And we also went to Taichung, which is in the middle of Taiwan. And several of my friends, they are city councilmen in Taichung City, so they actually arranged the dinner for us. And that is in Kaohsiung. And also we met the Ministry of Economic Affairs in Taiwan, and the vice chairperson, our vice chair, Susan, she did a great presentation about the green real estate. And we went to Taipei County, we went to Overseas Compassionate Affairs Commission, and I'm going to introduce you about those association or those government entities' jobs. And we went to Taichung City, and we met the mayor and also the vice mayor. So we had a good time there. But after we returned, we want to extend our influence to our local community. So we had a press conference after we returned. And also, that was really good because we share our experience in Taiwan and what we have learned from there. But after we come back, we still enjoy our community life there. So Big Mama, is it from Mara? Okay, then we invite, this time we also invite the government officials from Taipei office too. That was the International Food Fairs in October. And in 2010, actually, we also went to the NAR Expos in New Orleans. In that time, we actually introduced our new chairwoman of the International Committee to our delegations from Taiwan. And actually, it looks just like we are going to have a feast, but actually we did. And I have a privilege that I made the presentations at the Global Theater at NAR Expo. It's in November. And look at that, we have a very good audience there. But look at their face. I'm pretty confident I'm a good speaker, but definitely not a good joker. They look so serious. But after our After our presentation, actually Lin Chao also did some presentation. Then we attracted people's attention. They came to us and asked us about questions that the Asia, Taiwan, China, about the real estate policies. So it was a very productive presentation, and we are very confident that we have made WSGVAR very shiny there. And the end of the year, we are happy that we joined together, and that was the happiest, not in Disney, but the happiest place in the world is our community. Okay, now let me get back to today. That the NAR mission. That this year I have the capacity that present as President Ronald Phipps, the NAR President in Taipei, and I attended the annual installations for the newly elected president, and I have the privilege to do a brief presentation on behalf of our NAR president. And on that day, that was the Hero House in Taipei. There were more than close to 500 attendees from whole countries everywhere. And they came here to elect their new president. But there's something I would like to share with you. The president is not elected by the general members. And it was elected by the representatives from every different local boards. And there were totally 151 representatives. And they elect the board of directors. Then the board of directors elect the president. And this is how it works. But I was invited to witness the process. I feel really honored. And also I presented the letter, the congratulatory letters to the immediate past president, Mr. Yan, and also presented the letter to our newly elected president, Alex Lee. And both of them will be here in November for NAR Expo. So I really want you to meet them because they are quite friendly and very knowledgeable. And also I went to Kaohsiung, which is the south of Taiwan, and that is the second largest association group in Taiwan as well. And during my trip, actually, is it live news? Okay, but this time we talked a lot about how to have their individual members to become the international Realtors members. And we also discussed the MLS because they do have MLS, but they are not really consolidated together because each big company, just like Gold Banker, Section 21, they have their own MLS system. And since I'm the coordinator of the government entities, which is the volunteer position for Overseas Compatriots Affairs Commission, then I took the newly elected, the new management of CARE to visit the minister. So here is the news about a visit in OCAC office, but there's no sound.
Oh, stop. Did you play?
You have to play.
美国房仲业代表，其
That's
中到
okay,
方
it's
全
in
美
Chinese,
房
so
地
it
产协会
doesn't
对台大使
matter.
吴成月以及中华民国房
But I would like to
仲业
explain
会
to
理
you
长李
what is that all
6 月，
about.
房仲业者向委员长表示，许多侨胞想返台投资置产，但却在税法与
Well, because basically it's talking about more and more overseas Chinese. That means the Chinese, Chinese American, Chinese African, Chinese somewhere, everywhere. They are moving to Taiwan and purchasing the properties. Meanwhile, the numbers of Chinese investors coming to the U.S. that have been increasing the past few years. So the Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commission is monitors and researches the business run by overseas Chinese, and they collect and analysis the data and make the recommendation for economic policies and laws covering the overseas Chinese. So the OCAC also encourage overseas Chinese to place investment in Taiwan too. But also they want to create a good platform for Taiwanese people to come here to buy the real estate property. Okay, so we don't have to go that far. Am I look good in the video? Oh, thank you. So nice of you to make my day. Okay. And so they're quite impressive because they haven't thought about meeting a government official with the ministry level. Minister levels. Can I answer your question later? I just want to make sure that I can run all 200 slides here. I'm trying to speed up. Okay. Okay, so I understand that the NAR President Liaison is a very attractive in Western Gabriel Association of Realtors. So I really want to share that with you. If you want to be a President Liaison, you must be an NAR member. You will be appointed by the NAR President, Ron Fist, this year, and you must be a CIPS designee, and also you have the knowledge about the country and cultures and language. You have the education, and you have the international experience. Okay, so I just want to share with you that, usually people ask me, why, John, you look very young, which is true. I'm just looking young. But why you have such a, resource that you know so many legislators, lawmakers, even though we call presidents, mayors, but nothing is free. Actually, it must be earned. You must spend your time, devote your, your passions to do something that's very meaningful to the community. And here is something that I'm doing, but I just want to, speed up. I, invite 100 young people go to Taiwan and have a bike riding. And look at that. There was actually that happened in May. And we have a Taiwanese youth folk sports drove from Taiwan, and 38 of the members that I have to take care of them because this is the OCSC government. They are trying to share their cultures and experience to the friends in the United States. So I'm the person hosting that event. And also, we took the students to the Polytechnic in Pasadena. And we gave them, a good experience about, Taiwanese and Chinese culture, and that impressed the people there. And also, I went to Arizona for a friendship to build up a good relationship with the local leaders, and I met with the vice president from Taiwan. And also, one of the things that I have not mentioned in my bio that I was honored to be a designated MC for the President Ma Ying-jeou. Then when he visited in Los Angeles, then I was the MC for several times. And also I went to the Honolulu that was trying to promote the 100-year celebrations in Taiwan, which the name is Torch of Peace event. But we flew to Honolulu. And look at the man in the middle, and look at the man here. You spend a lot of time and you try to make the people know you, and you try to make people understand that you are also helping them to share the culture things to the United States. And then they will give us some feedback when we go back to Taiwan, and they will give us some good arrangement. It's not means something free, but it's something that you feel very comfortable with, that you want to meet someone that they have resource, they will just give you the resource because they know that you are their friend. Of course, I try to make that short. I participate in a lot of local events here, and this is Director Kong Chung Chen. I think that you have seen him already, this gentleman in the middle, who supported us in 2010, and that's why I have to do a lot to pay him back. I mean, not from my pocket. Of course, there's some from my pocket too, because the airplane tickets, everything is all on me. There's no subsidies. But it's really fun. I mean, look at that. I invited the county governor from Taipei, and that was the picture taken in 2009 when I was the CAREPA president. And this is how we try to build up our relationship with the foreign governor and also the foreign government entities, because they trust you, they know that you are helping them to make more exposures in the United States. So I'm not showing this picture because I'm the friend of President Ma, but you know, he probably can call my name. That is honoring enough, you know. But also, here is something that I want to share with you. This is the last few slides. I try to cut it down, okay? But you know, look at that. What we are holding, the chopsticks. And since I'm the coordinator of this Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commissions, they are promoting the Chinese cultures. They want the Chinese culture to be learned or to be acknowledged in our local community. So we are telling people that you can, okay, you turn on the sounds. So here is the news, and you can see some of our great members in the news.
查到还有花艺是享誉全世界。洛杉矶华侨文教中心举办了首次的文化导览活动，介绍台湾的多元文化、美食还有艺术。参观的主流社会人士也会后纷纷表达，希望有机会能够到台湾一游。文化导览成功，将台湾之美推向国际。
This is the tea, and we have a lot of volunteers, and I'm one of them. I'm one of the organizers for this event. We are telling our friends about the tea. Oh, you guys all understand Chinese? That's fine. Is that cold? Huh? Oh my God. It's gone. But the most famous things in Taiwan is also, you know, the delicious dishes. And they would like to extend their service to our local community and mainstream community too. And they want to share, you know, how great Taiwan is, not only from business side, but also from the cultural side. I'm sorry, it's too long, I can't translate it. But Pat, you're here, and here is another gentleman from our board. And here's Pat again.
Along the way in Arcadia, and I enjoyed the Chinese culture, and we used to do a lot of celebrating with the different holidays like the Chinese New Year. I enjoyed it very much.
And we have a, you know, a great master of people. They cook so well. This is a firefighter, or this is oh, no. I think he really likes that dish. And this is something that I have done in the past couple of years that try to help, you know, Taiwan, you know, to promote themselves and try to make the, you know, oh no, where are you? Okay, again, well, but this is something I would like to make a closing remark. You know, when we get a, you know, a job, a duty, or responsibility, or position, no matter I've been elected as a president, chairperson, or even a husband, being chosen a husband, I think I don't really have the second chance to do my good, you know, job perfect. So I don't want to regret that I did not do the things right. So that's why, you know, probably after this presentation, then Caesar will realize that why John is not really so productive. Because he's always devoting his time and efforts with all the, we call the public relations and even the international relation things here. But actually, I gained a lot from there. I learned a lot from contributing my time and efforts. I do make a lot of good friends, and I make my life different. So since this is something that you may have only once in your life, and when you become a president, when you become a chairperson, or even a husband, just do a good job and try your best. Do not feel regret after that. And thank you so much.